Tonight's message is going to be about that Chauncey Andrew Tate and basically what he got exposed for doing. And I got to shed light on this too. I was really sitting back contemplating, should I do a video? Should I not do a video about this man? But I came to the conclusion that I got to get this off my chest. So those who don't know who Andrew Tate was, he was a relationship guru / influencer. Basically, he would give men and women advice basically on how to get over on each other. So he would teach women that would listen to him how to get men for money, how to use their private parts and things like that to get over on men, and vice versa for the men. He would teach them secret ways on how to get over on women, and it's a shame. And this man is rotten and wicked. Okay, so let me go ahead and get to the topic. He supposedly got arrested for human trafficking. Now, for those people, because I've been doing research, I've been all over YouTube, I've been all over Google, all these Reddit.com, all these information sites. I've been hearing people talking about, man, Andrew, the government, they just hating on Andrew. Oh, man, the government, they trying to slam him because he exposed them. Listen. There's two men that I could think of off the top of my head right now that were really about something when it came to exposing the elite or exposing the government. And guess what it got them? 6 feet deep in that grave. These two men that I could think of, and I'm sure there are others, but the two men that I want to point out was one, Malcolm X, two, John F. Kennedy. The reason why I bring these men up, because I am so sick of hearing in this community about how everybody's just exposing everything. Everybody you see that's on TV, they all on our side. They all are against the government when most of these, I would say 90% of these men are nothing more than controlled opposition, meaning the elites tell them things to do to keep the masses distracted. They halfway, ham-handedly put a truth in to make you think that they're on our side and they're really not. And the guys I'm really speaking of are Chauncey's like David Icke, Elon Musk, Kanye West, Andrew Tate. I can go on and on, but the point is none of these men are really on our side. I made plenty of videos telling you that these men are nothing more than controlled opposition. All they do is mix new age with a little bit of lies. And everybody and their mothers just think that these men are so woke and they really fighting the government. And like I just told you once again, if these men are millionaires and they're not in the ground, talking about 6 feet deep for exposing the truth, they are controlled opposition. I don't care the race or how much money that man or woman has. You cannot expose the elite without getting put in that ground. And I just want to say one more time, thank you to Malcolm X, and thank you for John F. Kennedy. These men were brave, tough, strong, and nothing like this chump Andrew Tate. But back to him. Let me not digress. Let me get back to the topic. So what Andrew Tate did, he would use women to swindle men for money. So basically, he would create an OnlyFans account. He would use pictures with women dressed in lingerie and makeup, long hair, all that stuff that gets men going. And he would create profile pictures as acting like he was a woman. But guess what? The men who sent money to these women, they weren't sending money to women. Guess who they were sending the money to? Andrew Tate. This man is so wicked and rotten. I listened to 3 interviews, and check this out. This man said he charged $5,000 to join his elite club. Now, the brothers that I heard speaking about this elite club, they said it was phony, it was shady, it was crappy. If you spent 5 G's for this Andrew Tate elite club, it was advertised to give you secret information, to enhance your life, and basically follow under the footsteps like Andrew Tate so you can blow up overnight and become this big influencer and become a millionaire and get all this money and all these women. Once again, the brothers that I saw that talked about this phony advertisement said that it was shady, it was crummy, it was crappy, and it wasn't worth the 5 G's. Now, I'm not here to tell people how to spend their money. I'm just saying, how many times do we have to look and see that most of these celebs, women and men, are wicked and we keep falling for their traps? Also, another thing that he did, he charged men $300 for phone consultations. And guess what? 90% of the men that I found said he wouldn't show up. He would book a phone consultation at 2 o'clock. The time 2:10 would come, 2:20 would come. No Andrew Tate. So the fan reaches out to Andrew Tate. They can't get a hold of him. And then when they finally get a hold of somebody, it's Andrew Tate's secretary saying he can't do a phone consultation and they're sorry. He's so busy they will have to try another day. Long story short, these men will not get their money back. He did this to numerous men. And basically his secretary would just keep lying to them. And these men never got their consultation and never got their money back. Now this is the part that really burns me up because I can't believe these interviews like I mentioned that I saw. And if you guys find them, you will be heated too. This man basically said he did an interview with these young men and they asked him, how did you get all this money this quick and how did you rise to success like this? He said that he had men taking out house loans, taking out bank loans, and all kind of life savings to have an interview with Andrew Tate. Are you kidding me? Man, what are we thinking? You sent this man $5,000 to get some crappy advice, and it got you nowhere but money in his pocket and left you stuck and more broken than you were before you sent that money. He will also tell women on these OnlyFans webcams to lie about their situation. So he would have, and listen, he preyed on the weak. He would look for men that probably aren't used to getting women, that probably aren't used to dating. He would send messages to these men. And these men were so lonely and desperate. They see a pretty face. They think that this woman is for them. And he was raking them over the coals, meaning he would get these young men to send thousands of dollars. And then the women would lie and act like they, their car broke down or they're trying to get from, let's just say, Argentina to the U.S. They're having trouble with their passport. Long story short, this man was basically out to get the brother's money, and it's a crying shame. So once again, I'm not going to spend too much longer on this. The man got locked up. I hope they throw away the key. He was not nothing more than a prideful, low-down man who preyed on weak men and on weak women. And let me say this too real quick to the women. You guys got to do a better job. I've told you plenty of times. It shouldn't take a man with money, muscles, a six-pack, and a Ferrari for you to just lose your little minds over them. Listen, these men are so dangerous that you shouldn't be hanging with these men. Human trafficking is what this man got caught for. And you think because he has nice shades and a nice six-pack that this man is so nice and so loving. Sisters, you got to do a better job. Once again, this message was real quick. I had to expose Andrew Tate because him, David Icke, none of these men are really real. They're controlled opposition. This man got locked up for human trafficking. He was rotten. And I don't want to hear anybody saying, man, Andrew Tate is fighting this system. No, he's not, because as I told you earlier in this video, if he was really fighting the system, he would be dead. And I'm not being funny when I say this. I'm saying it sincerely. If you guys really expose something and you're a millionaire, go ask two people, Malcolm X and John F. Kennedy, what happened to them if you really call yourself exposing something. And I want to say thank you to these two men who are not afraid and who are brave enough to really fight the system, fight as hard as they could. They lost their lives, not like this fake wannabe tough guy, Andrew Tate. And I'm going to say this real quick. I'm going to wrap this up. If you go see those interviews that I referred, it just does something to me when I see a man sitting up here laughing about how he's got people to take out house loans, taking out loans from the bank, taking out probably their last dime to send to a woman. And it was basically him that they were sending it to. This man was so cocky. It just made me so angry. And once again, in the Bible, it does say, Yah does not like pride. Pride is people's biggest fall, meaning you all puffed up with pride, and then here comes the destruction because Yah is not happy with that. So once again, that was a quick message about Andrew Tate. Don't fall for him. Don't fall for none of these influencers. And I hope they throw away the key on that bald-headed dog, because I don't appreciate what he did to these young men. And young men, we have to do a better job as well, and not being so naive because we see a pretty face, or we think we're seeing a pretty face on these internet sites, and some of these guys are hustlers, nothing more than wolves in sheep clothing. You guys take care. I hope you learned something from this message. Don't forget, let's work out, let's drink our water, exercise, and once again, do not fall for Andrew Tate. This man is nothing more than a demon. You guys take care.